Hi guys, Beth here, aka Mediagirl94. Welcome back to the channel, and well, welcome to my February manga haul, collection, pickup, whatever the hell you want to call these here on the YouTube. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the manga and one light novel that I bought the month of February. However, there should be a disclaimer, and I'm going to do a bit of like a disclosure. Is it disclaimer or disclosure? I'm not quite sure. But because February is like the month of love, you have Valentine's Day. I'm very much single, by the way. It wasn't until I was putting together like the volumes that I bought this month that I noticed a common theme. These are all the volumes I bought this month. They're all BLs. They're all boy love series. So, if you can't already tell, I'm a girl who reads BLs. So, yeah, no Tokyo Revengers. I know, right? I know, like, it's coming up to, like, the last couple of, like, volumes are going to be coming out, I believe, either March or going into April, so I'm going to buy the last two, like, volumes together, so that'll appear in, like, a future manga haul. But yeah, it turns out I just decided to go down, like, a BL rabbit hole, and you can come across some very good series, so, before, before we untangle the web and the weave of what I bought this month, before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Yeah, let's just dive straight into my February manga haul. The first BL or manga volume that I bought this month is I cross-dressed for the IRL meetup. Now, the long-winded title would make you think that it's a light novel, but it is actually a manga, and it is the first two volumes of a series. And, well, yeah, this was like a random pickup. I saw it on the shelf in, like, Waterstones, and I was like, okay. Because Waterstones have, like, they're kind of making their manga section bigger. And what I find hilarious is they have like normal manga and then they have like 18 plus, like all the more mature manga, because that's where you'll find like your Berserks and all that. And like ironically, I think like Goblin Slayer does not fall into that, and I'm like, and this did not fall into it. And I just took one look at the name and went, oh, I know where this is going. And it's actually really cute, like main character. They are a part of like an IRL meetup where it's like, but only girls go to like this meetup and they eat cake and they drink like tea, and it's really cute, but only girls can go to this meetup. However, our main is actually cross-dressing and is actually a guy, and he has a crush on one of the other girls in like the little 3-person group that they do a meetup with. However, the girl that he thinks he has a crush on, haha, shock horror, he's also cross-dressing as a girl to be a part of the meetup. So, you've got two guys crushing on each other when they are dressed as women. If you read the back, it says, a light-hearted comedy about love, friendship, gender non-conformity, and what it means to be your true self. And yeah, I have no idea what to expect from this series, or if there's any like more volumes. It is Kodansha, and this volume cost me £17. But technically it's like 2 volumes in one, so I'm kind of like, okay, if I do the math, but it's still pretty pricey, so I'll see what it's like, and then maybe I'll collect it, or I'll try and find the series online for a cheaper price. But yeah, like I said, I can just walk into a shop and go, ooh, pretty cover, you're mine. Moving on. Okay, next up we have Love Is an Illusion, Volume 2. Now, there are, I believe, like 5 or 6 volumes in this series, but they are hella expensive. Yes, I get it, like, they're bulky. You do have, like, if I can find it, like, you do have, like, coloured pages, but it doesn't justify the fact that these, like, come across as, like, 20 quid or so. And I picked up the first volume in, like, a previous haul, because I got it for, like, £4 or £5 on eBay. Turns out all the other volumes 20 quid, so we will see. But anyway, this series is set in like the Omega-verse, so like werewolves. You have Hottie here, who is an alpha. You then have this cutie, in the back. All his life he's thought he's an alpha, but turns out he's an omega. And well, these two start a relationship, and it's very interesting. It's a very interesting dynamic. And I had never really delved much into like the like Omega verse in terms of like that subcategory of like BL. I'd come across like Tumblr posts of like people like shipping characters, and I am really not sure what to make of it because I don't want to go into like too many spoilers, but there is a child involved, so do with that what you will. It's interesting. Will it be a series I continue to buy if it goes down in price? Maybe. But right now I'm happy with like the first couple of volumes, so yeah, if you like Omegaverse and like all that, check out this series. Next up we have volume 2 of Turns Out My Online Friend Is My Real Life Boss. And yeah, these are our two leads. And well, yeah, this guy hates his boss, but is like playing like a fantasy like RPG, and he has like a friendship group with like two other like characters, and well, they meet IRL, and it turns out that the boss who he hates is actually his online friend. And well, they are in a relationship in this volume. However, apparently there's a bit of disconnect because it's not really a romantic relationship. They pretty much just play the game, go to work, and so it's trying to find the romance now they've got together. It is very cute, and especially since we still have like the third wheeling character who is younger than these two, but he's also part of the group, and he also has a crush on like the main, so there's a bit of a love triangle, which I'm not mad at. It's very cute. When I picked up volume 1, just like the cross-dressing one, it was a random purchase, and well, I feel like this is definitely going to be a series. If I see it, I'm going to pick it up, because it's also Kodansha, and so this one retailed, I want to say, at like 15. I believe this was like 15, or it actually might have been $16.99 like the other volumes, so pretty pricey. Kodansha, oh, if you've got the money, it's all golden, but if you don't, then be prepared for like your bank account to cry. I remember when like manga, like back in my day, it was like $6.99, $5.99, and you could go and get like secondhand manga for like £2 to £3 a volume. Oh, how the times have changed. But also I feel like BLs are like a lot more niche, so they don't really come out that often. So you can kind of understand like the hefty price tag. But yeah, this is just really cute, dynamic, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes, if they can find the romance in a relationship, or if they are better staying off as just friends and then colleagues. Next up, I have the first 3 volumes of a BL that I just picked up randomly in like Worlds Apart here in Liverpool. It is called Minato's Laundromat. These are our 2 leads. I have volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3, and then like, so our 2 leads are always on the cover, but then you are introduced to like side characters on the back, or in that case of volume 1, you got the 2 characters again. But yeah, this is just like a really cute story. A guy, he inherits like an old laundromat, and like he's running it, and there's like a high school student who has a giant crush on him, and turns out Minato, who's running the laundromat, he's gay. But like he doesn't really want to like encourage this high schooler to have like feelings for him, but this high schooler is like utterly obsessed. However, like we have like an issue, is like our like older guy was in a relationship with his like former teacher back, I believe, like when maybe he was in high school, I want to say. I haven't really fully got my head around it. So he was in like a bit of like an age gappy relationship himself, and it kind of like ended like negatively, and so he doesn't want to get into like a new relationship. So yeah, there is a bit of an age gap. So I know some people can be a little bit iffy about age gaps in like manga and like anime, so you know, just be warned going in. But like it is very cutesy and like very innocent. Like he doesn't push well, okay, the high schooler is very obsessed, but like Minato, he doesn't actually push the relationship, and it seems to be, from what I've read so far, it's very consensual. You know, doesn't seem to be like any forcing. But like when the teacher was introduced again, it's like competition, love triangle. But yeah, really good series. I love the way it looks. I'm just going to flip through it briefly because you never... Okay, good. It was a clean scene. I didn't know what I was going to land on. But like with Kodansha, this is yen press, and this costs £13 per volume. I'm actually not sure how many volumes there are because I picked up the first two, and then randomly, like a couple months later, I found volume 3, so it's going to be something I go online. But yeah, if you want like a bit of like an age gappy but consensual BL, then check out Minato's Laundromats. And the final 4 volumes of manga and 1 light novel of this manga haul is Sasaki and Miyano. One of my favourite, cutest BLs that I'm obsessed with the anime. And in a previous haul, I bought the first 9 volumes of the manga. I believe volume 10 actually came out the end of January, so I do need to pick that up. But yeah, this is the light novel that I have in my hand. We then have like an anthology like manga here with like short stories of like the 2 main couples within the series. And then we have Hirano and Kagiura, who are the second couple to get like a manga series. Yeah, let's just like dive into it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, you should check out my previous haul if you want to check out my reaction to like the manga, Sasaki and Miyano. But you have a high school relationship, upperclassmen, underclassmen. Underclassman loves BLs, he's in an all-boys school. Those two fall in love, it's very consensual, it is a very slow burn relationship. The blonde guy, Hirano, who's right here, is Sasaki's like one of his best friends. And well, this guy next to him is his roommate, because like they can like house and like dorm together in this high school. And I believe he's on the basketball team, and he has a massive crush on Hirano, so it's very interesting. Now this is actually like a light novel. Is there any images? Yeah, so it's typical, you've got a story, and then every so often you will have images. And it actually does focus on the upperclassmen, so Sasaki, Hirano, and like some of like the other characters whose names escape me right now, like the kind of creepy like council, like not president, but the one under the president who has a bit of a crush on like someone else. And then you've got the guy whose girlfriend is obsessed with like BLs, but yeah, so. Yeah, this just focuses on like more of like the upperclassmen or what they were like as underclassmen, but you also get sprinklings of like Miyano and like Kagiura, I'm trying to pronounce his name right, and some of like the other like underclassmen who have been introduced in the anime. So it's just nice to get like a side story and kind of a bit of like background on the characters, how they all met. And I love that, you know, that this author has decided to do this, because I'm just like, yes, it is a really good BL that doesn't just focus on like the 2 main characters. It's got like a great side cast who all have their own like interlocking stories that are going on behind the scenes. And so this light novel kind of fills in some of the blanks of what's going on behind the scenes. We then have the like anthology like little series where, like I said, it's just made up of like loads of like little cute like mini stories that happen with like Sasaki and Miyano, who are our 2 leads. And then you have Hirano and Kagiura, who also have some like cute stories, and some of the other characters do appear in this, but it's more so focused on the 2 couples. And so I was very surprised when it was announced that she was doing like there was going to be like another like manga series. but based on like the other two characters who have like a bit of like a complicated like love relationship. Because like unlike Sasaki and like Miyano, which is like slow burn, they've kind of confronted, they're in a relationship and all that. These two characters, they are roommates. Like I said, the first year basketball player is obsessed with him, but he's very clueless. If you've watched the anime, you will know like that like Hirono is not exactly like the most like tuned in when it comes to like our boys having a crush on him. So it's like a very cute dynamic of like underclassmen having a crush on the upperclassmen and him being a bit like oblivious. But then like as the story like delves on, it's kind of like, okay, will he understand, or should they just like stay friends, etc, etc. I'm not sure like how many volumes there are going to be, especially since the Sasaki and like Miyano manga is still ongoing, and if these are going to be like more like infrequent releases. But like I said, with like the light novel here, like having like background on characters, the fact that this story is ongoing, so like you do get hints of this relationship in the anime, the Sasaki and Miyano anime, but you don't really get much information. So the fact that this is like going on behind the scenes and they decided to do like a whole series of like, okay, we've hinted at it, but now this is what's going on in the background. Chef's kiss. This is such a good series, just so many good characters. It's a very strong cast, and I wish more series would give attention to like side characters. But yeah, that just pretty much wraps up my random February BL manga haul. So there we go, guys and girls of the internet. I hope you learned something about me and, well, my taste in manga. In the comments below, if you have read any of these series, feel free to share your thoughts and opinions. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion here on the channel. If you have any like recommendations for like series you think I should check out, they don't have to be BL. I do read like a wide range of manga. I just thought it's pretty ironic that February, the month of love, me being a single person, I read nothing but BL. But that's just me, so feel free to recommend in the comments below. But let's just wrap up this video before I continue to ramble. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last two videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth, Mediagirl94, goodbye.